This one protocol helped me make over $17 million in the last 4 years, helped me get accepted into the best publicly researched university in the United States, graduate in 3 years with a 3.87 GPA, learn Spanish fluently in 6 months, la verdad puedo hablar en español casi fluidamente, and it's a protocol called monk mode. Now if you don't know what this is and you go on Google and you type in what is monk mode, essentially it's defined as this: a mindset and approach to life where you eliminate distractions and dedicate yourself fully to a task or project. And if you really visualize that, monk mode does kind of make sense because monks that live in Southeast Asia in these temples in the mountains, they don't do anything but just focus and meditate. And so if we do a modern day application of that, monk mode is really just a way of living in which you have focus, which if you might know, FOCUS stands for follow one course until successful. And so in this video, I want to show you the step-by-step strategies that I've personally used and hundreds of others have used in order to get to their business, financial, health, family goals, and most importantly, the life that God has called you to live. Now, before I begin with this, it's really important to know what is the goal that you want to achieve. This could be anything from as simple as losing your first 10 pounds of weight to getting a certain note or grade in university. It could be in your business life, actually hitting your first income goal. Maybe it's getting to your first $10,000 a month. And I know I have a couple 8-9-figure entrepreneurs that watch my stuff. Maybe it's getting to your first $1 million or $2 million a month. Whatever the goal is right now, if you have a pen and paper, I want you to write down specifically what is the goal that you want to achieve once you start living out this way of life of focus. And if your goal is anything business related and you're just getting started, I want to let you know that this video is meant just to go over monk mode. If you're looking for the best online business opportunity start, I actually put together my most well-received YouTube video where I go over the top 5-6 most popular business opportunities that you can get started in as little as 30 days and getting to your first $5,000 to $7,000 a month. In fact, I go over something called the Opportunity Codex, which does an analysis of the most popular business models, the pros and cons of each one, and which one is the best one for you depending on your skill set and personality. I'll leave that as the first link in the description, so feel free to check out that YouTube video once you're done with this one, because I'm just going to be covering monk mode in this video. Now, the most important thing about monk mode is first and foremost, set a time frame for how long you want to do this. Personally, for myself, I do 90-day sprints within my life, which is where I go for 11-12 weeks of really high intensive focus, and then I go and take 1 week off on vacation. And that's all totally fine because you need to also unwind and enjoy yourself. Otherwise, if you do monk mode for the rest of your life, well, then you kind of just turn into a monk, which we're not trying to do here. But regardless of what the time frame is, I would recommend anywhere from 1 month on the short side to 90 days on the longer side. You want to make sure that you have a regular cycle, because if you keep doing monk mode forever, you're going to just kind of lose yourself and start getting burnt out of staying in the state of focus. Now, the next thing for implementing a monk mode protocol is you need to create your own set of rules. Now, the set of criteria is going to vary for everyone. I know some people where it's just no pornography. Some people it's just no social media. For me personally, I have 3 components to my monk mode protocol. The first one is an exercise, minimum 3 times a week. I have to be in the gym for a minimum of 60 to 90 minutes. Personally, for me, I train StrongLifts 5x5, which is where I do the main heavy compound movements such as bench press, squats, deadlifts, weighted pull-ups, etc., etc. But then on top of that, I will also include some kind of combat sport, like I'm really into boxing, Muay Thai, as well as some kind of running or hill sprint kind of activity. The second component to my protocol for monk mode is deep work, and this is absolutely non-negotiable. Now, deep work is just simply doing work really early in the morning when there's no one ever distracting you or trying to send you messages. For me personally, I wake up anywhere between 4 to 5 a.m. pretty much every single day besides the weekends, and the reason why is because if I wake up at 4 and I get to my desk by 5, I get my 30 minutes of Bible time, I get on my knees, I read the Bible, I put on some worship music, I pray, but from 5:30 all the way to 9 a.m., I get 3.5 to 4 hours of deep work where no one can talk to me, no one's sending me messages because it's early morning, and I get the most important tasks of the day done. If I do a session of deep work from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., my day is pretty much done. The rest of the day, I'm just simply on meetings, dealing with people. On the business activities is all done. This is absolutely critical to making sure that my monk mode is in check. My third component is I have to wake up before 5 a.m. Look, I'm not saying that everyone has to do this because everyone's on different chronotypes. I have some really good friends. I have a mentor named Joe Marion. He runs a $100 million a year supplement company, and that guy goes to bed at like 4 a.m. He wakes up at 11, right? And he is way more successful from a financial standpoint than I am. I know for me personally that I can get the most quality work done first thing in the morning where no one is distracting me, and most importantly, I get to spend time with God every single morning by reading the Bible and actually doing a quiet prayer. And I've just noticed that if I do that in the afternoon or I wake up late, the whole morning just kind of gets messed up, which is why it's not very efficient for me. Now, once you have your protocol for the things that you need to do from a non-negotiable standpoint, the next step that you need to do is you need to cross out your absolute non-negotiables of your do not do's. Now, personally for me, the two critical things I cannot do is number one, I cannot do processed foods or junk foods, and secondly, I cannot do porn. Now, I can't go too deep in this video, but both of those are pretty obvious why you shouldn't be doing. Junk food causes brain fog, aka if you've ever had like a bag of chips or a bag of candy and literally for the next few hours your brain's just all hazy and foggy, or the next morning you wake up and you just can't really think. Junk food is obviously not good. It's going to kill your productivity. But personally for me, I actually struggled through a really bad porn addiction when I was in university and younger. It kills my relationship with God, it kills my productivity, it kills my focus, and also I start to stutter and have a lot of really bad communication and social anxiety problems when I get into porn. I've just decided that those are the things that when I'm in monk mode, I completely cut out. Now, one important note I do want to tell you is that when you create your list of your absolute must do and your absolute do not do non-negotiables, add as many variables as you want. You could have something around maybe restricting caffeine or cycling out caffeine, or how much water you have to drink every single day, or perhaps how much you need to read, like reading a page a day or a book a week, or perhaps it's just winding down on social media. Really, at the end of the day, it just depends on what you believe is going to get you to your goals faster while eliminating distractions. And for me, all the things I've listed as my do's and the things not to do are just simply the vices that have really destroyed my life, primarily being food and girls, and also making sure that the things that I've listed on my absolute must-dos, those are just the things that I found have helped me grow my business and further my career the fastest. And so for me, from a really simple schedule, as you can see, my monk mode protocol starts off with the 4 a.m. wake up. Now 4 a.m. to 4:30 a.m., there's going to be some leeway. The latest, absolute latest, 5 a.m. wake up. Now from there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the bathroom, take a piss, brush my teeth, pop in my contacts, and I go straight upstairs and I go ahead and I do my Bible time. Typically from 4:30 to 5 a.m., I'm typically journaling, reflecting on the previous day, thanking God for the blessings that He has given me. And then once I finish my prayer with God at 5:30, 6 a.m., typically I'm going to do about 30 minutes of Spanish homework before I jump into the field, because by 5:30, 6 a.m., now I'm in full deep work and I'm working 100% in my business. After I do my deep work for 3 or 4 hours, typically by then I go ahead and enter all my meetings for the day. And by 4 or 5 p.m., I'm typically winding down. I hit the gym, I have dinner with my lovely wife, and by 7, 8 p.m., I'm wrapping up for the day. Now, keep in mind, I do this for 12-week sprints, and then at the end of 12 weeks, I actually go out and do 1 week of vacation where I reflect, I have fun, and I don't follow the monk mode routine as strictly. In fact, I'm actually going to Italy for the first time with my wife. We're both going together. We're going to have an incredible romantic adventure, and I can't wait to show you. Stay tuned because there might be a vlog touring all of Italy and some pretty crazy stuff happening on that trip, so stay tuned for that. And by the way, if you haven't hit subscribe, make sure you do so you don't miss that video. And if you follow this protocol, you're going to become an unstoppable, aggressive killer when it comes to goals. But what happens if you don't actually have a goal in mind? Well, let me tell you, put all the energy into something that will further your life, and there's nothing better than starting an online business that can change your financial future and your families as well. And that's why I strongly recommend you watch my most popular YouTube video where I break down the best business opportunities and step-by-step how to get started and exactly which opportunity you should start depending on your skill set, your personality, and how beginner or advanced you are. Again, that's the first link in the description. Feel free to check out that YouTube video once you're done with this one. And look, at the end of the day, information without implementation is absolutely meaningless. So I urge and beg you, you have to take action on what it is that I taught you here today. That 5 a.m. wake up isn't going to wake up on its own. You got to set the alarm, and tomorrow I'm counting on you to not hit that snooze button, wake up and start executing on the life that God has called you to live. And remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I'll see you in the next video right there.